Hi everyone, Carrie Scroggins here. How are you on this July 25th, 2025? We are halfway through the summer, which means we're halfway through hurricane season. Keep our fingers crossed that we are not going to have any problems this year, but we got a long way to go. Hurricane season doesn't actually end until November. So we are still quite a ways away from that. But I wanted to pop in today and just kind of give you a heads up, talk to you about what I'm seeing. I've talked to a lot of you recently, and a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, rates, and believe me, I get it all because I'm a consumer too. A lot of frustration, a lot of lack of customer service from the carriers. So I just wanted to do an update today. I wanted to announce something too, and I felt the need to pop in today and reconnect with everybody. It's been a couple of months. So my message to you on this Friday as we head into the weekend. Where are we in the industry? Well, we're disappointed is where we are. We had really hoped that we would see a much better bump from the new administration than we are actually seeing. It's a lot slower than I think all of us had anticipated. Sorry, I got an itch in my eye there. Had anticipated, and yeah, disappointed. I think that if we see drastic changes now as we approach the end of July, it's probably not going to be until next year. There's just too much unrest in Washington. There's not enough team playing. There's not enough cooperation and coordination. And until that happens, if that happens, I just think we're going to have volatile rates, unfortunately. I personally had hoped by this time, as we were heading into August, that we would have seen some leveling out. Now, there's been a few people in the agency who've had a small rate reduction in their auto, but everybody just about, with maybe the exception of 2 or 3, are seeing drastic changes on the property side. The rates for homeowners insurance is insane. Insane. Out of control, unacceptable. And unfortunately, the state continues to allow these carriers to take higher and higher rates. And it is ultimately the state who controls what these insurance carriers do. So I think as a state and as a community within the state, we are trying, and when I mean we, I mean the insurance industry is really trying to go to the state and say, you know, you've got to cap this. If you don't cap this, then we're going to end up like New York and California and Florida, where we have to get state intervention. And believe me, we do not want that, because the rates then we have no control over. None. Just like FEMA right now with flood insurance, we have no control over that. So I don't want to see that happen. I do not want to see the state come in and set up a fund where they're in control of it. We don't want that. We still want privatized insurance, even with the higher rates, because we have things we can do within the policy to help offset these things. And here's what I would tell everybody on the property side. As a homeowner, really the only way to control your rates, first of all, roofs over 5 years old are almost impossible to insure. Because they're almost impossible to insure, when you have a claim, guaranteed, the carriers are I'm going to guarantee you this. The carriers are going to do everything they can within their powers to depreciate your roof, to say you have wear and tear on your roof, and to possibly not pay for your roofs. This actually happened to myself and about 10 other clients in the agency, where we had catastrophes last year. Our roofs were completely destroyed, and the insurance company refused to pay it. So there is class action lawsuits currently happening in the state because of the hurricane last year, and so many people did not get their roofs replaced because the insurance companies have a line in all policies that say wear and tear can prevent payment. Okay, so let's be real. How many of us are not going to get wear and tear on our roof? We live in Texas. We have hurricane, tornadoes, floods, high winds. I mean, we have all of these perils, so we are all going to have wear and tear. So here's what I personally see happening. If your roof is 5 years or older, you really need to get an inspection. Find out where your roof is, what condition your roof is. And the roofers will come out free. Get an inspection, find out the condition of your roof now. And if there's small changes that you can do now, small repairs that you can do now, at your own expense, do them. Get your roof in the best shape that it can possibly be in, right? So that carriers cannot then come back to you and say, oh, you have wear and tear on your roof, we're not going to cover your roof claim. It's happened, and it's happened in this agency multiple times. And we, as consumers and as your agent, I have nothing to fight with when they do that, because the state allows this language in these policies. So that's what I would suggest to anybody that has a roof that's over 5 years old. Get an inspection, see what damages there are. If there's small damages and they're under your deductible, then go ahead and do them. Don't turn the claim in, just get them fixed. So you are in the best position should you have a catastrophe. And that's how we have to look at homeowners insurance, I'm afraid, at this point, is these are catastrophe policies. Total fire, total destruction by a hurricane, your roof is torn off by a tornado. These are catastrophes. And this is what and how we have to plan to use our homeowners insurance. Because I'm just telling you, I am seeing carriers do anything and anything to not pay claims. As your agent, I'm pulling my hair out because I have no say. I have no clout. I have no pull. The carriers just say, okay, thank you for the information, but no, we're not going to do anything. I am literally the sales vehicle between you and the carrier, and I can run customer service interference, but I have zero clout when it comes to any claims, decisions, coverage questions. Of course, I can answer your questions, but if there's a discrepancy, I have no clout. I'm going to be honest with you. Agents today are not what agents were 25 years ago, where we could call up the carrier and say, okay, what are you doing? You know, this client has this. They don't care. They just don't care. That's what I would suggest. Between now and the time that we get through the end of the year, if you haven't had your roof inspected recently, do it now. Call a roofer out. I can give you referrals and get it inspected. And then take care of whatever the damages are now. You also need to be making sure you're checking your surroundings. Check the trees. Carriers are even now sending memos out because they want you to take the debris off your roof. The pine needles and the pine cones and the leaves. Like, I'm not getting on a roof. Are you getting on a roof? Of course you're not getting on a roof. But that's what they're asking for. And I am seeing memos all the time where the carrier before renewal is sending a message and saying, got to contact this client and let them know they got debris on their roof and they need to get it off or they could potentially not get a renewal. That's how ridiculous our current insurance on the home is in the state of Texas in July of 2025. It's no better. It's actually worse because most of the carriers now have taken away binding authority, which means we have to submit all the paperwork, all the photos, all the documentation. They then come back and say, yes or no, you can bind coverage. And I would say 40% of the carriers are now doing that. If you've got claims, it's a problem. If they're weather-related claims, it's still underwritten and it's still taken into consideration, but it's not a reason for decline. If you have 3 other claims on your home, fire, water, or whatever, yeah, it's going to be hard to find insurance for you. I've always told you the truth. I'm not going to stop now. So that's where we are on the home. On the auto, things are a little better. It's still ridiculous and it's still way out of control, but it's not increasing at the level as the property is. So that is an encouraging sign. If you haven't taken defensive driving, think about taking it. You can do an online course on a Saturday afternoon. You can then send it to me. I can send it to the carrier and you'll get a discount. Okay? You can also get a discount if you're willing to put these devices in your car and track your driving. And I know, I don't like them either, but it can save you immediately 15 to 20%. The drawback is it's going to track your driving record. And it can adversely affect you when it's done if you have a lot of speeding, a lot of fast stops, and a lot of fast accelerated starts. That's what they look for, because that generally means you're following too close and you're speeding. But you can get a discount. Now, if you get to the end of the program and all of that's good, you can get an additional discount. So you gotta weigh the odds. And with everything on insurance, the higher the deductible you keep, the lower your premiums are going to be. And if you've been around me long enough to know, I'm going to tell you to take a high deductible. Keep your money in your pocket. Pay a higher deductible, take a lower premium, and then you're controlling your money. The insurance company is not. Okay? You control it by taking a higher deductible, controlling your premiums, and if you have to, put it in an insurance slush fund so you know that that money is there to cover your deductibles. It's really the only way to control premiums. I also do want to tell you in the state here, now one last thing on the homeowners, 1% and 2% deductibles are almost gone. Most carriers right now are demanding a 3% deductible on wind and hail, hurricane. It's almost impossible for me to find a 1% or a 2% deductible. And there are carriers requiring packages, Nationwide, Travelers, MetLife, Nationwide. They're all requiring that you put your home and your auto together to write new business now. I can't just put your home with them and your auto somewhere else. You have to package them now. And the problem is they're not competitive on the package. The only one right now who could potentially be competitive is Mercury, but they're very strict on claims and they're very strict on what zip code you live in. And if you're in those restricted zip codes, you have to package the auto and the home together. So that's kind of where we are. I wish I had better news for you, but we're just not seeing it. And with the unrest in Washington and the lack of cooperation, I don't see it. I just don't see it changing, unfortunately. I am personally very disappointed. I really thought we would see some bounce back here this summer, and it's just not happening. Monday through Friday, I'm in the office generally. Phone lines are open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., but I'm working really all the time. If I don't answer, I'm on the other line or I'm in a meeting. Leave a message and I will get back to you. I'm in the process of doing some hardware changes, so make sure you jot down my cell phone number, 817-694-0053. If you can't reach me at the office and you've left a couple of messages, I'm missing something. So go to the cell phones, either send me a text message or leave me a voicemail, because everything routes to my cell phone, even my office lines, when I'm working remotely. And that's really it from the agency perspective. I'm finally doing better. I've had 2 major shoulder replacement surgeries. I feel like I'm finally over the hump, and I'm actually working back now in my office instead of remotely in my house, because I'm strong enough and I'm well enough now. And I appreciate everybody's wonderful messages of care and concern. If I've missed something in the last couple of months, because I'm only human, and there's been some technical issues with my cables and my internet, so please, if you've sent me a message and I haven't responded, please send another one, because I'm showing I'm caught up on everything and I don't want to miss anybody. Quotes are taking a long time. The average person, it takes me 2 days to quote their home and their auto, because so many of the carriers now require all this information up front. Instead of just getting a quote back in 2 to 3 hours, it's taking a day, 2 days in some cases. So please remember that when you call and you're looking for quotes. It's at least 10 days from the time I get it to the time I get through who I'm working on and then get to you. And I have to take them in chronological order, because I have to do it that way to be fair to everyone. I think that's it on the agency perspective. I hope you all are doing well and you're having a great summer. As always, let me know if I can do anything to help you. I am going to be adding some new product lines probably in October. Going to be some different things that are available: debt reduction, some more life insurance options, a death benefit option, final expense options. Of course, the Medicare, Medicaid, and the supplements are available now. Health insurance is available now. Disability, all of those things have always been available here at the agency. So don't forget that. When you're thinking about your insurance, I can definitely help you with that. Referral program. If you send me a referral, I'm going to send you out a gift card for $10, probably from HEB, because everybody goes to HEB or Starbucks, one of the two. And speaking of coffee, I wanted to let everybody know, my husband and I have started a new venture. It's something fun that we can do together. My husband's close to retirement. I'm not going anywhere. Won't be for almost 10 more years, I think. So, but we've started a new venture that we are doing part-time on the weekends, and it is called Coffee at Carrie's Corner. Basically what this is a storefront where you can buy gourmet coffees that are spectacular, world-class coffee beans that you can order and pick your variety, what you like. They're beans, so they can come out to you and you can grind them however you want to grind them. That storefront is going to be up and running within the next week or so. It's called Coffee at Carrie's Corner. And for all of you who are business owners as well, we are also launching a mobile coffee service. And this is a service where we can come to your business, provide coffee on site. You can either pay for it as a business owner, or you can make it buy as you go, meaning that your clients or your employees buy it on site whenever they want it. And we're really excited about this. This is a new service that a lot of businesses are using as customer appreciation and employee appreciation. If you're interested, you just have to call the cell phone number and we'll get you on the calendar. We got to make sure that the calendar doesn't interfere with anything else agency wise. We'll collect a small deposit, and then we will come to your facility, and we will make custom coffee creations for you on site. This is cappuccino, frappes, lattes, iced coffee, regular cups of joe if that's what you want. Coffee right now is really hot in the United States. 70% of us drink coffee. And of those that drink coffee, we drink 2 to 3 cups a day, if you can believe that. So just wanted to let you know of this new service that's available as a additional fun opportunity for my husband and I wanted to bring it to you too, because we all drink coffee, well, most of us do, and I wanted to make those services available to you too. So that's really it, guys. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope your summer is going well. Of course, I'm here to answer any questions, concerns, or other quotes that you might need. And I do want to thank you for your business. I know you have a choice, and I appreciate the fact that you choose me and my agency, and I'm here to help you as quickly and as often as I can. And I do appreciate that you continue to show me your loyalty and support. It means more than I can express. So that's it today. This is Carrie. I hope you have a great remainder of the summer. I'll check back in the fall, give you an update probably end of September, October. But if something changes in the meantime, I will be definitely letting you know. And as soon as those new products and services are available to you, you will definitely be seeing another video with a link that you can go and check out the new different products that are going to be now available to you as my customer. God bless you. God bless the United States of America and keep you safe through the remainder of the summer and this year. And we'll see you soon. Thanks so much. God bless.